There we go.
USA.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Awesome.
Our podcast setup has never been more elaborate.
I'm really
More
sorry.
needlessly elaborate.
I just thought, go big or go home. You know what I'm saying?
No, I really appreciate it.
Hey, who are you?
Yeah, why are you here?
Any? I really was going for the USA button. I didn't label any of these.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we have a sound effects board that we don't know which sound effects will play.
There we go.
So that's
All
fair.
right,
There it is.
America.
Yeah, God bless it.
Oh, so in the
Love it or
Heezy
leave
Fo
it.
Sheezy today on the Two Brothers Five Things podcast, we actually have three brothers. Three brothers, five things coming at you.
Yes.
And if you don't know, now you know. We got our Q-bro. Well, you're Q-bro.
My Q-bro, your bro and low.
Yeah, you're Q-bro, my bro, and low. This is Justin Streck.
To be clear, low being law.
It's
law.
an honor to be here.
Man, we're happy you're here.
Thanks, man.
We
Sweet,
truly,
sultry
appreciate
voice.
we're truly so happy. We've been trying to get together.
I could have done without it.
Well, the feeling is mutual, I assure you.
Both ways, me and his feelings.
Yeah,
Both.
so
Yeah.
I'm married to your sister.
It's true.
And I'm married to,
Somebody
that
is
doesn't-
not related to
yeah.
me.
but we're brothers.
But we're
Anyway.
brothers, and we're brothers-in-law.
So that makes me and him quarter brothers.
Q-bros.
Quarter
Q-bros.
bros or Q-bros.
Curly?
And tip.
It's my favorite because they're based on curly Q and
And
Q-tip.
Q-tip, yeah.
But to the lay person, it
just
makes no
realized.
sense.
Wait, how did you get there from Q?
Q.
Yeah.
It's not a long walk, Roman.
It's really not that hard.
The Q.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Curly Q and Q-tip are our nicknames for each other.
You might have been a little hot there, Cameron. Sorry about the sorry to the audience there.
Cook
Give me a check 1 2. No,
Sorry about back there. My bad. That
Is
one's
this
probably
your
a little
mic
too
that
loud.
I'm adjusting?
Roman,
I'm going to turn you
leave
down.
it to
Keep
the-
talking.
Okay.
Yeah, that
One
was definitely
time
you.
Where I was in the toilet, literally in it, just
Okay.
like sitting in the water,
Great.
like a little duckling.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much.
This is only the second time we've ever had anybody besides us on the
It's true.
pod.
So you know it's special. You know we mean it.
And Justin, why don't you tell the people what you do for a living and why this is so significant that you have all these toys?
So I do.
Oh, geez. Really laying
Strong
an egg.
start.
there. I set you up for the elevator pitch.
Just tripped coming right out the gate. I do anything and everything related to sound, which is a really vague answer, but the TLDR is music,
Told her.
scoring, sound effects, and location sound.
You own a
Oddly
studio.
enough, I do.
You own a sound studio.
I own a sound studio. I would say that what lights my fire, what gets me up in the morning is producing music, working with artists.
Ooh.
But
Shameless
Anybody
plug.
I've heard of?
Give yourself a shameless
anybody
plug.
you've heard of? How about Kirk Franklin?
What? You work with Kirk Franklin?
His two of his background vocalists. Yep. That's actually true.
That's incredible.
But I love opening with that. 'Cause
You ever heard
What?
of Kirk
And
Franklin?
It's like, nah.
Well, he has these two
I love
guys.
it because Kirk Franklin isn't that far of a reach anyway. I mean, he's big, but like, you know, he's not like Kanye.
Yeah.
But he hangs out with Kanye.
Sure.
So you
Well,
could
used
say,
to.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
anymore, though.
Oh,
Probably
boy.
not anymore.
Yeah.
Kanye is really. what happened to Kanye?
Precious few people hanging out with Kanye. Not expertly
Nice use of
timed.
the sad trombone.
I was hoping it was that one. I knew it was on there somewhere.
Yeah, this opens up a whole new dynamic. A whole new performative dynamic to this thing.
A golf clap for.
Oh, that's really funny. Yeah, so you own a sound studio. I've known you forever because, you know, I married your sister for 12 years. So I knew you even before that.
It's a long wedding.
But we've worked together a lot. I own a video production company. So you have we've done sound stuff for me and music stuff for me. And you've recorded my sweet rap vocals before.
That's it.
Produced
That's
some beats for me.
first
Weirdly-
paid gig ever
Ooh.
was making a beat.
This is true?
for you.
I didn't know that was true.
For Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
I'll see you on
the Chick-fil-A song.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Go look it up on YouTube. See
Or
you on
don't.
Monday.
So it's all
Hopelessly
it's
simple
your call.
beat.
Go look me up and subscribe to me on YouTube.
What?
This is
No.
what this podcast is all
No,
about. It's for
at
getting
Roman
me
and Can-
subscriptions.
Roman and Can-
Yeah, and if you do not know about our YouTube channel, we recently started the YouTube channel for this show and just Roman and Cameron in general, where we'll post stuff over there. So it's at Roman and Cameron on YouTube, and we post the full show and Clippies. And Roman and Cameron on
Clippies?
Instagram. Follow also over there. And any plug for your... Let's go. Justin,
Yeah.
where can people find you real quick off the top if they want to follow along?
Or get their sweet vocals recorded.
Yeah.
It's a great question, and I wish I had an answer.
I mean, do you have like an Instagram or like
No, I'm totally off the grid.
do you have like an email?
Nope.
Or?
How about like a business card
website,
with a landline that we could call?
If you
How about we Google something?
I wouldn't put your personal phone number on
What would
there.
we
if
Google?
you go to the Taco Bueno at 31st and Sheridan and leave a white X on the door, then I'll find you.
Okay.
Good God.
I'm sorry. That's a really elaborate. If you find me on Instagram, I sometimes get on there.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
And it is
At?
holy. I don't know.
you don't know what your Instagram handle
really,
is?
really don't
He's not
remember.
concerned with
Yeah,
self
so
think it's-
basically,
think it's-
don't try to find him on Instagram.
Don't try to find me. I
If
don't
you're gonna
want your business.
If you're going to Google something, just Google Lava Sound Studios.
That's a great
correct?
answer. Yeah, Google Lava Sound Studios. That is my Instagram. Well, it's the business Instagram.
Yeah.
But then I think it's JStreck on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I can just brag for a second about old J Streck Breezy here, because we've done some raps together.
Why are we always
plenty of stuff.
rapping?
I don't know, but
go
also
way back.
he's done quite a few of our songs with Kids on the Move and with 180 as well.
It's been a blast and a half.
This is
Blast and a half.
is youth group and or kids group, kids church
Kids
and or youth
student
group
ministry.
respectively.
Yeah, and have you done stuff for the adults? As
yeah,
well?
just all ages.
All
you
ages.
know.
So here's what I would say before he cuts me off so rudely. Let me compliment you
I
for
might
just
cut you
once
off.
in your life. No, Justin honestly has one of the best ears for music that I've ever met. He is so good with it, and he can make it sound wonderful.
And
So
he's just
Thanks,
got
dog.
good ears in general.
Appreciate
I
look
like
at
the
him.
look of them.
look at those
Thanks, man.
ears.
Yeah.
He's just
I
so
had
good
work
with
done.
this stuff. On your ears?
You know,
An ear job.
Justin, you brought a couple fun mics to use.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Let's try one out.
I thought we could shake it up. See what happens.
Is this gonna blow their minds if you
Or their
unplug right
or
now?
their ears.
Yeah, might maybe a little bit of both.
Oh man. Okay.
If only we were wearing those headphones.
All right. Let's see what we got here. This is just a little fun segment on the pod.
Hello?
Oh, this is a little telephone
Hello?
vibe.
Hey, hold on. Let me just...
Do like a
There we go.
like a what do you call it? Like a ransom?
Leave me a message. Oh wait, I took your daughter and you're calling me back.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I will find you. I have a very particular set of skills.
Audio
I'll find
engineering
you, and I'll
skills
kill you.
with sound.
Sound skills.
Sound
I
skills.
act in the same movie over and over.
Oh my goodness.
This is his Liam Neeson.
What a
impression.
weirdly.
Thank you. Hey, you got it.
Yeah.
And
I figured that's
On
what.
the
it's a really
nose.
hyper-specific role to get typecast in. Hey, I got it. What if, and hear me out, I know this is fresh territory for you, but you play like a dad with a really shady and mysterious past, and you're hunting down one of your kids who's been captured by terrorists? Like, what do you think? And it's like the 8th time he's played that character.
Hey,
I know,
And
right?
every time he's like, sign me up.
and then once I'm
love
done with
the
that,
guy.
I'll play Aslan. That's right. For those of you who didn't
Wait,
know,
what?
he's Aslan.
Did not
He
know.
is?
in Chronicles of Narnia. Liam
No
Neeson.
way.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, next time you watch it, just picture him saying, I have a particular set of skills. I'm a lion who can fly around.
I thought you were saying that was a line that Aslan did,
Bro,
and I was like, that's the wrong
Aslan
movie.
hunting you down is the concept is
Aslan's
terrible.
A giant
beast, man.
lion?
He's literal.
He's the best.
Literally
A beast. Let's try another mic.
Yep, welcome to go for it.
Let's try another mic, or either that, or
How about?
what's that one? I'm gonna listen to this one.
So
Let's just see this.
Have
this
some
is
fun.
a
Oh, my.
Placid audio copperphone, and I apologize to everybody that is being subjected to.
What's the history of
sound
that
coming.
bad boy?
Well, Roman, I'm glad you asked. They take a Russian tank headset microphone element, and they mount it in this here enclosure, and they charge you about 5 times the cost of the microphone element.
Wow.
But it looks nifty, and it sounds horrible. But it's just, you know, it's kind of a neat kind of horrible.
So this is like when you want the hype vocals on a rock song.
Yeah.
And then you want to be like, I want it to sound like I'm singing through a megaphone.
Yeah, exactly. And while you could just purchase some plugins or some effects to do it in the computer, that's boring, man.
So boring.
Are you
They get it at the source.
you a
Analog.
collector?
A collector?
Do you collect like?
Weird
Let's get you
mics?
back on the regular microphone
Well,
now.
No, one more. This one.
Yeah, hold on, just wait a tick.
One more.
Okay, for those of you watching, if you're listening, you can't see the magic here. We have a lightsaber length microphone here.
Piece de resistance.
Oh,
You got to take the levels.
Excuse me. Here we go. The piece de resistance. We have a.
you want me to hold it for you? I got you.
Thank you, man. This is an AKG dynamic shotgun microphone from the mid '70s. As near as I can tell in my research, this is Japanese, which is cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Japanese craftsmanship.
It's finer, unequaled by
yeah.
anyone else in the world.
It shows now that
And
you said that.
it is, as near as I can tell, the only dynamic shotgun mic that AKG ever manufactured. I bought it because it is comically large.
I can attest to
It
that.
is hilarious.
Yeah, and if you're just listening, it's about 3 feet. Like it's the
It's
length of
like
a yardstick.
It's
3
like
feet of a microphone.
like a bass oboe. It's so long. Okay.
All right,
we
back
can
to
kick
back
it
to
back.
one.
All right, back to the why
one.
we're actually here, which is this is the
yes.
Two Brothers 5 Things podcast, and it's brought to you by TBFTpodcast.com, where you can go and put in your email address. And someday we're gonna give away do a drawing and give away a gift card to Olive Garden.
That was supposed to be today.
That was supposed to be today. I know everyone listening's on pins and needles.
Everyone who's already entered is like they're gonna let dozens more people
They
enter.
say they are taking us for a ride, and I'm gonna be honest, we are taking you for a ride.
Wow.
It's not on purpose.
I
Has
wasn't
anyone ever
It's
been
because
to
we keep forgetting.
a real olive garden? A garden?
like a grove. I
Like
thought they
a
were
grove
groves
of olives.
Is there such a thing as an olive garden? Like not the restaurant.
I thought there
Surely.
were olive groves,
That's okay.
which is not a garden. It's a grove.
You want to give us the technical difference there?
I don't really feel like it.
Fair enough.
Anyway, yeah. So what we do on this show, if you just turning in, if you're just tuning in,
Oh, that's better.
is we talk about what's the snappy line we came up with?
Where we
We're two
brothers
give our 5 cents.
Give our 5 cents. Give our 2 cents about 5 things to escape the nonsense that life brings.
That's
we'll
right.
get that down eventually.
And Justin, that's
like
kind of
that.
what our mission statement
Dig that.
is to stop all the friggin' nonsense.
Oh, there's so much nonsense.
For a little bit, and so people can tune in, have a little fun.
For once in their lives.
For once their lives laugh.
Just laugh, please.
Hopefully. Have a good time with
dig
us.
that.
We'll see.
Be a little fly on the wall in a fun conversation as we reminisce and or talk about 5 things.
If a fly had very nice audio quality and great lens on your camera,
Yeah,
on their eyeballs. That's the fly on the wall.
And
day.
so, yeah, it's a comedy list show. So we talk about our top 5 list of what everything we're talking about that week. And this week happens to be our childhood bucket list.
Is he just now hearing about this for the first time?
No, we told him. He
okay.
came prepared.
No, so we're telling him,
group text
but we're
out.
really telling you out there, the listeners, what we're doing here.
The listeners are the real heroes.
You know what? Yeah.
Hey,
That's not the one I went
Way
for.
to go,
I thought that was
listeners.
golf clap. It's
great.
fine.
It's great either way.
We'll figure it out eventually.
so I think without any further ado, we go ahead and I think we should get, since it's really, we're talking about 15 things, really. Because we all
We're
have
never
5
actually
things.
talking
It's
about
a
5
way
things.
less snazzy name.
3 brothers, 15
Three brothers,
things.
15 things total.
So intimidating.
Technically
Yeah.
15
Somebody's
things.
like, I don't know if I want to sign on for this.
And I'll go first.
Great.
That sounds wonderful.
If we want to just jump right in.
Just a quick. Are we doing like popcorn style? You do 5, number 5, number 5. Or is it, you just go through the whole list and we riff on it and then we go on, or like what we
We'll
doing?
go 5, 5, 5,
Back and
4,
forth.
4, 4,
Back and forth, back and
3,
forth, back and
3,
forth.
3,
Love that.
2, 2,
Love
2.
that.
Almost done.
That's great.
1, 1, 1.
You gotta commit. Gotta
That's
commit.
right.
Yeah.
And any other questions? I guess we didn't really
Nah,
talk
dog.
about this until we
great.
just texted about it.
No, I love it.
That's probably very unclear.
No, it's
on
great.
what,
I
you probably
think
don't even
I
know what to do.
I think I understand.
He's never heard the podcast.
So when I say
I heard
childhood
clips.
Hey, Justin, when I say childhood bucket list,
Yeah.
what comes to mind for you? Not necessarily your items, but what are you trying? What kind of frame of mind do you think about when you're reminiscing?
Like
Yeah, so-
5 gallon, like
Yeah.
like wood, like the handle,
Best,
like the wooden
best
handle
buckets.
ones.
What if I was like, childhood's such a broad term, right? So, but I'm thinking broadly pre-adolescent or on the cusp. What would be my bucket list
Love
if
being
you
on
took
the
a
cusp.
time machine back then and asked me, "Hey, man, what's the biggest thing? What's your biggest dream?" And I tried to snapshot different moments, different dreams I had at different times, which largely tracked with whichever movie franchise I was into.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that was kind of mine.
Good.
Yeah, for me, mine, pretty much all of mine revolved around the idea and the assumption that I was going to be living very lavishly, like flushed with cash.
And aren't you?
Like
You've just changed your priorities. It's not that you aren't getting what you wanted.
they're all just so over the top in terms of lifestyle.
Yeah.
and so that was
Love
what
it.
it probably came from my humble beginnings. You know?
To
I
me,
always
this
wanted
was
that.
just a very fun exercise at trying to remember what I was into when I was
Yeah.
a kid.
Agreed.
Like the things that I really liked. And like most of them were actually like, I thought to myself, this is maybe not a bucket list. Like I have to do this before I die. But like, I really wanted these things to happen.
Yeah, I got to say, I didn't spend a lot of time thinking about my mortality, like pre-age 16.
Right. I don't know how much I was like bucket listing things at 5 years
That's,
old, 10
that's
years
kind of
old.
where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
However, I definitely had like huge life goals.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Same.
All right, let's hear yours.
Yeah, my
Number five.
number
Let's
do number
5,
five.
just to dive right in. I had them on a paper, but I forgot the paper, so I got a picture of the
Spilt
paper.
more chocolate on it.
That's
what
it
happened
was
last week.
to win I don't think this is too much to ask.
No.
To win a NBA All-Star Weekend Slam Dunk contest. Like what Michael Jordan did. Like just win a dunk contest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever won like a small dunk contest?
Yeah. Oh, I have.
Yeah.
I won first place in a church dunk contest.
Check this
when
one
I was
off the list.
That was
Trampolines or
post-high
no?
school.
Trampolines
no
or no?
trampolines.
Wow.
10 feet?
Low rims.
10 feet?
Low rims. They
All
were
right,
at like
okay.
8.5, but I did get a picture posted on the Insta-G from the church that highlighted my sweet dunk.
That's incredible.
I mean, I could dunk pretty good, but nowhere in the league of what you would need to win an NBA dunk contest.
Right.
I just remember being very, very into the NBA All-Star Weekend. Obviously, I was super into basketball.
Yeah.
And this is probably, middle school days. And I really thought, someday I was going to go to the NBA and win a dunk contest. But it turns out I can't jump as high as you need to.
It's good to have realistic goals.
Yeah. Yeah. You really went back on that
Set
one.
the bar low on that.
Yeah. Like I remember whenever we were like, your senior year, you were gonna go to college. You were set on. Like,
I was
I'm gonna
set.
be the
I was
best.
gonna go play
You would
junior college basketball.
You'd wake up in the morning. You'd wake up in the morning, head to the YMCA, play some pickup ball.
That's right.
After school, play some more pickup ball. I remember this.
You gotta
And then-
do it.
And then you just were like, nope.
And then the Lord had other plans.
Amen.
But
yeah. I
went,
just
went
love-
right into the workforce.
Yep.
I feel like you had a very a widely varied scope of really flashy talents growing up.
He did.
I could see that.
You let's see. What was this one that you were talking about? just now?
Basketball?
Dang it. Yep, basketball.
Justin, it's
Brain don't work
customary
too
to
good.
listen whenever
yeah.
you're on a podcast talking about things.
We got basketball. We got professional wakeboarding.
I got pretty
yeah.
good at wakeboarding
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Very
that.
flashy.
Competition
I won second in an amateur
in
contest.
a nationwide
I got
amateur
JUCO
contest.
Amateur contest.
I was able in one summer.
Yeah.
Now, I wakeboarded a lot in this one summer. Had a friend with a boat.
Yep.
I was able to
Classic.
do a
That's why he was a good friend.
backflip on the wakeboard. It's actually technically called a tantrum.
Nobody's listening to you right
And
now.
then I did a 360
Wow.
where you pass the rope behind your back.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It was legendary.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've never even got up onto my feet on a wakeboard. I've always just kind of whoop, bam.
It's so fun, and I one day would love to get back to wakeboarding. Anytime I've done it past the age of 25, the whole next day you can barely walk.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like a full body workout.
It's like somebody took a meat tenderizer to every part of your body. It's great.
That's true.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
nice massage.
So you did that. You were a drummer for a spell.
I had a little
You were,
bit.
you were in a boy band.
I
with
wasn't a-
music videos.
Cameron was in the same boy band.
Cameron was in the
Patch
same
2 because
boy
Patch
band.
1 dropped out.
Yeah, if it's on YouTube anywhere, you should, and you've never seen it, you should look up "There for You."
With
All-
four.
All
There-
one word, there, the number 4, you.
all access behind the scenes documentary posted by 180 Drama
YouTube.
A real
called
classic.
180 Drama YouTube account.
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know.
Some random person.
And then
it was me.
That was he.
martial arts talent show champion.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Sing my praises this one. Come on, keep
He
it
had,
coming.
he had those
Keep it coming.
American
We're just-
flag pants like Rex Kwon Do.
I
Came
did.
out and did this. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you? No,
No, USA
USA.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, I
What's
did.
that one?
That's the air horn.
No, that one exploded or something. There it is.
There we go.
There
Yeah,
it
There
is.
it
so
is.
I wore American flag pants in a
Yep.
talent show.
Yeah.
Yep.
I won 2 talent shows
Yeah.
with martial arts content.
Not one, but two.
Yeah, one was the one that I did at Lincoln in high school was like a very over the top.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like an 80s song.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe Don't Stop Believing or something.
No,
like
it was
It-
Rocket by Herbie Hancock.
It was Herbie
Oh,
Hancock.
boy.
And what is going on? Something's exploding.
Is it me?
Oh boy, that sounds like my microphone.
Oh,
It
God.
is.
What's happening?
Let me check.
Hold on.
Still doing it?
We got a code red.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
Sound like some radio interference. Is going all right now?
Talk again.
How's it doing now?
Sounds fine.
She all right now?
She's all right
Might
now.
have to cut that bit out or leave it in.
We don't cut things.
I'll probably just turn down that channel.
That sounds like a plan.
Wait,
Anyway.
just his mic. He now doesn't have a mic.
Well, for that bit,
Hopefully I should wear these for a little bit just in case to monitor.
probably.
you
We
look
might
more
not
like
have heard
Joe
him
Rogan
at all.
now. Just shave the head and you'll be
Wow.
good.
Yeah, shave your head.
Take some ivermectin, call it a day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, I did Yeah, it was Chariots of Fire
Yeah.
into Herbie Hancock Rocket.
Yeah, you did the
It
same
was the
martial
same
arts form twice.
Yes, but
One at
slow.
half speed, one at 2 times.
And I took it very seriously, and it turned into kind of a joke.
Yeah.
And everyone was having a good time with it. So
Oh,
I
they were
kinda
laughing.
hammed
They were
it up.
yucking it up.
Yucking it up.
See, I thought it was a joke the whole time.
See,
I gotta be
everyone
honest,
thought it was
I
a joke the
I
whole
was
time.
there, and I was laughing.
It's because you were playing Chariots of Fire
I was laughing, but I was like impressed.
as
know
like
what I
a
mean?
17-year-old
Yeah, man.
boy.
No, it was great. I think I won the contest.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
He did.
That's
he
good.
Did win.
Anyway, enough about my talent.
Yeah. Justin, let's hear your number 5.
Great question.
That was not a question.
Great question. All right. So my number 5 is become a NASCAR driver.
Ooh.
And let me tell you something about this.
Formula what?
So just straight up NASCAR.
I don't think there's formulas. I think
I
there's
think that's more of a European circuit.
What's the
thing.
formula?
Not that I
there's
know
Formula
anything about
One.
racing.
It's like a
'cause
like
I
a
don't.
Oh,
federation.
jeez.
Yeah. So what I love about this is, my parents bought me a lot of NASCAR stuff. I had some. You remember Micro Machines? They were like, "Hey, what if we made Hot Wheels but smaller?"
Yeah.
So I had some NASCAR Micro Machines. I had a NASCAR shirt. I remember it was like a Tide shirt, like the laundry detergent, but had a NASCAR thing on the back. Anyhow, my parents got this idea in their heads that I really like NASCAR, and I don't think that I discouraged it at all because I was like, into the cars part of it.
Yeah.
I'd never watched a NASCAR race in my life, if I'm being truthful
Oh,
with you.
yeah.
You just like the merch.
Seems
I find
important.
it.
Say it.
It works about as good as Ambien, as far as putting me to sleep.
yeah.
It's a lot of do the same.
It's a lot of the same. If you love NASCAR, I respect you, and I think you have way more patience.
My
than me.
problem is I really like right turns.
It's incredible. But I
Do
wanted.
they only go left ever?
Yeah, man.
They never like switched up in the middle.
Pretty sure they only go.
That would be so dangerous if, like, all right, he hit lap 300, time to turn around.
Whip-a-yoo-wee.
Do you think that
Whoa,
does something
whoa.
to like their brains,
Like when they get on the
Like their
normal
brain-
road.
they're- like
well,
their-
just to like always being
Their lobes
always
are always
only
being sucked against the left side of their head.
Yes, like
Yeah.
it probably does.
Who knows?
Oh, you mean like literally their brain?
Yeah, like always.
Brain.
I thought you
those-
meant just like.
Those G forces
I thought-
always being pulled
Like their
one
ego?
way.
I just thought I assumed you meant like now they drive out of there and they're just like, all right, time to turn right. Whoa!
Hey, Cameron, name
And
your
they turn-
favorite NASCAR driver.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Jeff Gordon all the way, baby.
You guys took both of the ones I only know.
Those are the only two that anybody
I'm pretty sure
knows.
Jeff Gordon was just. So I watched Lego Masters
Yep,
because I love
yep,
Legos.
yep.
I'm pretty sure Jeff Gordon was just on Lego Masters.
That's what he does these
incredible.
days.
It
A
was-
lot of Legos.
Yeah, it
Incredible.
was pretty
But-
great.
But to wrap this thought up, this point up, right? I really had it in my head, like, oh man, that'd be so awesome. No idea anything, and that's you're gonna find this is a consistent through line that I have no concept of what what it entails to pursue this as an actual career or
What's
or
the
any
first step?
nothing.
Yeah.
Don't know at all.
You think it would be
Buckle
cool
up.
to be that?
Yeah, I just love the car. I love the jumpsuit. Kind of looks like an astronaut, except for you're sponsored by like a toothpaste brand instead of America. But like I
Keep missing the USA channel.
You should have labeled these.
I know I thought about bringing my
The
spike
green
tape.
one's USA, not the yellow one. Okay.
We'll get it done, boys. So
By the next pod.
yeah, next pod. But that was my number 5. I even had and this is I'll wrap it up with this. I had one of those. What do they call them? Like a Power Wheels?
Car.
Yeah, Power Wheel.
Yeah. It's like a small electric car, like pre-Tesla. So I had one of those, and it was like a NASCAR vibe.
My little Tesla.
Yeah, exactly. So I would drive around the backyard, imagining myself being a NASCAR racer.
You'd made it if you had a Power Wheel.
Yeah.
Boy,
Power Wheel was
that's the coolest toy.
goals.
Oh,
That
man.
was free. That's ticket to freedom right there.
5 miles per hour, baby.
Yeah.
Yep,
Top
just
down.
tearing up anywhere
Yeah.
you want to go within the confines of these 4 walls and the fence. It's great, man.
All right, what's your 5, Cameron?
My number 5 was to be a Pokemon master.
Oh man, gotta
Anyway,
catch them all.
Yeah.
Did you know they weren't real?
Wait a second.
I talked about it
Wait
last.
a second. My mind just blew right now, right here, right now. Because let me tell you why.
Why?
I did not put it together.
Wait,
I did not put it together.
Nope, I got it. Hold on.
thank you. Mind blown.
I didn't put it together that Ash Ketchum,
Yeah.
his last name means catch 'em all.
Are you kidding me?
Did not even. I watched that show every
Roman.
day for I don't know how long,
Mind blown.
and I did. It just registered that is a tie-in.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Literally.
Wow.
Roman was today
Major
years old.
pun.
Yeah,
Major pun.
it's crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, I guess so. In my mind, science was eventually one day going to be able to bring Pokemon to the real world. Until then, I was going to be a Pokemon master in the card game,
Yep.
in the video games,
Yes.
and all that. I had this like little like Pokedex toy.
Uh-huh.
Like it's just like a little like the original red flip open Pokedex
Yeah, dude, I know
that
the
told me the information about each Pokemon and like let out whatever sound they made in like the Game Boy games
Yeah.
on those.
Which,
Wait.
can we
Do you
just talk
remember
for a
that thing?
second about the sounds that they make on the Game Boy?
Yes,
Like in
you're
the,
the
show,
sound guy.
In the show, they say their names.
Yeah,
Like Pikachu, will be like
Pika Pika.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and
but in
then
the in the games, he's like,
and it's like, in what world does this represent that?
I honestly have no idea, but
It sounds like a fax machine receiving a
Yeah.
fax.
it's true. But yes, I had like that Pokedex. I mean, obviously, I had the original 151 memorized. That was easy peasy. Like,
Was
that,
this a digital device? Or was
Yeah,
this
it was like a little electronic
play. Yeah.
toy. I
Okay.
got it for like Christmas or something.
This
and
is
it was
not
like,
something that you look up card values in. That's
right?
different.
No. It was a different thing. It was,
It's just a little. It's like a Pokedex that makes noises, and you can plug in the Pokemon, and it'll.
and it had all 150.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
It
It had all
right.
151 with
151.
Mewtwo.
151.
And so like it was the best thing, but like in my mind, like legit. And we got fairly close with Pokemon Go, all right?
You were into Pokemon Go?
Oh man, I was like looking up to it like the year or more before it came out.
You were
like
how old when
announced
this came out?
20 24, maybe 25, something like that.
So too old.
What's wrong with you? But no, like, because the gimmick, it may have been a gimmick, I don't know. But like the thing with the Pokemon Go is we're going back to the original 150 Pokemon.
Oh, is that the thing?
Yeah, we're going
part
back.
of the thing,
We're
yeah,
going
sure.
back to the
We're
original.
gonna cut all the fat.
You're gonna find them in the real world.
We're
and
going to teach children to
Yeah.
get outside of their house again.
But then it got really weird when people were just roaming through people's backyards.
Yes,
to
that
catch
was a
Pokemon.
problem. But like, you could see how the steps were getting like close, and my thoughts immediately went to, if you get like the AR glasses type thing that they're working with, and you had those
Get some
linked
Google
up
Glass.
to it, yeah, like because Google Glass was a thing at the time. I was just like, if you could link the two of these and actually see the Pokemon in the real world, quote unquote,
And it's like indistinguishable.
and like you're fairly close to, and I'm thinking like they could actually do something with this, and they didn't necessarily go that far yet that I'm aware of.
Did the people?
Shame.
Are there people still into Pokemon Go?
Oh, for sure.
This still a big
Really?
thing.
My brother-in-law is still into it.
Okay, then.
How old
And
is he?
he's older than me, at least by 10 years.
Oh, so way too old.
What's wrong with you? Why do you just like to take
no.
away the whole
I'm
audience?
with him on this one.
Listen, all I'm saying,
Okay, but is it still?
they're
'cause
still
I-
adding
I
Pokemon,
can't-
and that's why I stopped.
I
They
could
just
not
kept adding
believe
Pokemon.
how much of a fad Pokemon Go was for a flash in the pan of just seeing people just out walking with their phones.
Yeah,
It was. I didn't when it happened. I didn't know. I was not. But putting my finger on the cultural pulse. I
Right.
didn't know that was a thing.
Just like
And so
something's
I'm just
happening.
like, what is going on with all these people walking
Yeah.
around with their phones in front of their faces in the park, like in this
Man.
random park?
Well, like there was,
Yeah.
so if you're not aware with how Pokemon Go works, there was like there were like monuments in places that like a gazebo at a park
gazebo.
was like a gym, and so people would go there and they would try to claim the gym for your specific whatever team. So I was like red team Valor. Where my Team Valor at? No? All right. Probably no one still. Anyway, but
I don't know anybody that
You
plays
go to
anymore.
try to take over these gyms, but then sometimes there would be like raids where there'd be like a really high level Pokemon that you needed multiple people to defeat it. And so like I stopped by a park once or twice where there was like at least 10 people doing this raid, and like all of us were just kind of standing there not really talking to
like
each other.
as I was gonna say, you didn't like. You really
I
talked
talked to a
people.
couple people, but for the most
You're
part,
just like-
they were a little odd.
You're like looking for the Charizard.
Well, I mean, do you remember?
So
you see this Aptos anywhere?
I love it because it's like
No?
it's probably really good that you were into it at the height of the zeitgeist. Because
Yeah.
if you just pull up to a random park and you got your phone out and you're sort of there's kids playing and you're like
Yeah, yeah. It's odd.
just a mean mugging that gazebo.
It's odd now.
Yeah,
Like
you're probably gonna get the police called on you.
I did get asked to leave a place once because
So
I
you're
didn't
gonna have to
realize it was a closed like private area.
This is how you know you've gone too far.
And that's when
Sir,
that
you're
was
in my
actually,
pool.
That was, well, the floaties weren't for us. Yeah,
keep
that's
people from going to places that are like really dangerous, like an
so.
industrial.
So
park.
companies,
A wasteland.
So companies could
Niagara
like
Falls.
companies could like request that their gym or Pokestop was taken away. Like and
I like that they have to opt out and not in.
Right.
Exactly.
So,
what the heck?
there's
Like, what
a-
if they made my backyard?
This is getting
The Elite Four.
that would be amazing if you actually played, by the way. I was like, why isn't my backyard a Pokestop? But like whenever like there was another app called Ingress, which is the same company and same game, it's just not themed at all.
Right.
And nobody cared about that. And
course
so
they
they
didn't.
had all of these places that were already set up. And so the company just moved over the stuff they already had to Pokemon
so
Go.
Pokemon just bought them.
Let me get this shit. They just reskinned another game to be Pokemon Go.
Just do the sound effect that you're gonna do.
I actually just woke it up.
I thought
just
you were
wanted to see the colors.
just do the joke.
I just picked one.
He was sick of it already. But that's such a gross sound effect.
I'm not even hearing it right
Oh,
now.
it's
It's just a classic vomit sound,
so
boys.
gross. But yeah,
we should-
anyway, I've gone way too
We
far
went
on this
deep.
side of things.
All
but
right, my
yeah.
number 2. Let's keep
What?
it rolling.
You're just skipping 4, 3, and
Oh, sorry. My
Seriously.
number 4. Let's see. I really wish I had my little thing in front of me. I gotta
Your
go digital
glasses.
here.
Hugo
no
Glass.
offense.
I just put Meet Chuck Norris.
That's not a. Well, I guess that is a bucket list.
That's good.
Of
That's
course
solid.
it is.
Did you have dreams or aspirations of what you would do with him?
Just to shake his hand and tell him he
Go
had such
for
a
it.
great influence on my life with Sidekicks the movie.
Sidekicks. I was about to ask if
Yeah.
you
I
remembered
watched it.
Sidekicks.
watched
Sidekicks was
Walker,
my
Texas
favorite.
Ranger.
I was definitely
Sidekicks.
not his best movie by any means, but it was a movie that I really latched on to.
I really liked him in Dodgeball.
He was in Dodgeball?
Oh yeah. Thank you, Chuck Norris.
What?
Remember that scene?
Oh,
in
is that where the
Dodgeball?
GIF is from?
Yes.
Oh.
Wherever they're like voting, and then Chuck Norris gives the thumbs up, like to let them play, and Vince Vaughn just goes, "Thank you, Chuck Norris."
That's incredible.
It's
I didn't
so
know. I have to go
funny.
back and watch that. now.
Yeah, you should. It's a
Yeah.
hilarious movie.
I only
wrench, you can dodge a ball.
I only latched on to Chuck Norris. This was basically after his prime.
Yeah.
I mean, he was very hot in the 80s. And
I'm not sure. It was during Walker, Texas Ranger. I don't think it was
friggin'
after
hot.
his prime.
I guess Walker Texas Ranger was his kind of his
So
peak.
you latched on right in the middle of his prime, is what you're
Maybe.
saying.
Well, he did like commando type movies, right?
Well,
like in the
he-
late 80s.
Well, yeah. So he
think-
started.
I wasn't really into
He
those.
started, I
so.
guess, in a Bruce Lee movie.
Hey,
like
he's a bad
whenever
guy
he
in a
was
Bruce
really
Lee
young.
movie.
He was a bad
Really? He's
guy,
a
and there was a
baddie?
fight.
Oh, you should. The scene is so uncomfortable.
He's shirtless and he's so hairy.
No, have you seen the meme of the scene with like romantic music put under it?
Oh no.
They're like staring at each other and like disrobing, and somebody put like I don't remember what song, but like I'm sure in the regular movie. Yeah, exactly. A regular movie, I'm sure it's like really intense music, but they're just like slowly taking their shirt up and looking into each other's eyes.
amazing.
Bruce Lee does it, and then he does it.
Just a quick example of how sound design really matters. The song choice can completely
Yep.
change that.
Yeah.
100%.
No, it's good time. So yeah, Chuck.
Pretty realistic.
Yeah, if you're listening, Chuck, I mean, would love to set up a time
I would
to
still-
make that bucket
I would
list come
absolutely
true.
love to meet Chuck Norris still.
Seems like a great guy.
He just seems so nice
It
and
really
humble.
seems very wholesome.
Yeah.
Love the Total Gym.
the Total Gym.
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
I love
say
that
of all the
infomercial.
times I've used it. I never used the Total Gym.
I'm pretty sure our uncle had one.
There was a Total Gym
Sharon?
in our world at some point.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
guys remember Bowflex?
Yes.
Oh,
What
yeah,
a
man.
weird.
Bowflex was great.
If you had one,
You ever
big
tried?
flex.
You guys remember Ty
I've
Bo?
seen them in so many garages,
Remember Billy
but I've never
Blanks?
actually seen a real person use a Bowflex.
Oh, that's a good coat hanger, a coat rack.
Bowflex
Exactly.
basically made Craigslist. I mean, that was like the main item that was on for sale on Craigslist.
The Bowflex.
I could get a Bowflex that's 20 minutes from me, or a Bowflex that's right next door.
Yeah,
Almost the same price.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah.
Well,
Don't need Peloton. Don't
miss
need
you.
videos. The Bowflex, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what else? Oh, there's so many workout crazes.
yeah.
That's true.
What's your favorite workout craze?
Oh, I don't really know.
Probably just like walking.
Probably P90X.
Well, there's the
We've been going for walks.
the idea that it's not really a. I mean, I wasn't alive when it was a craze, I suppose, but like that little band that would just like go.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
would
yeah.
shake your
Would just shake
your
your-
haunches.
And they were just like, I'm gonna get so. Did you say
Yeah.
shake your haunches?
yeah, it shakes your haunches.
Yeah, I can't imagine like someone today being like, you know what works for me, the shake my haunches thing,
The haunch shaker.
the haunch shaker.
I would say my favorite fitness gadget
Yep.
would be the.
Shake weight.
That's a good one.
It's a weird
But
one.
the sit up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The ab,
cage.
the roller thing.
What was it called?
What is that deal?
Total ab
cruncher.
ab cruncher
Anyway,
abs blaster.
it for
blaster.
it may be the abs blaster, but from what I can tell, it does the same exact thing that a sit up does.
Right.
Well, you have somewhere
Why
to
do you-
hold.
But why do you need to hold that thing?
I think it's for when you're not good at sit-ups.
It seems like such a useless
I think
thing.
it encourages proper form or something or other.
maybe.
Maybe I
Well, you
just-
can go on your side and roll too.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to use one to really appreciate.
I've used them before. They're great. They're
You've
fine.
used them before.
Yeah, they're fine.
I played with one.
I guess my favorite fitness gadget, there's like, I don't know if you remember these things, like the weird like wobbly things. Like it was just like
You
a
gotta be
bar
more
and you would just like
specific.
wobble it. You remember
Oh
that?
yeah, the wobble bar.
It was like the wobble bar. It was like,
And it's like supposed to just
and then
blast
you
your
could
core.
like, you could like hold it this way and just be like,
Is this similar to the shake weight?
It was before the shake weight,
It's
but
similar to shake weight technology. Yeah.
Very similar, but it was
It's
just
shake weight adjacent.
But it was like just a long flat bar that was weighted, and you just.
It's wild.
You look like a complete goon.
I know, but my
love
core
it.
has never felt tighter.
I need to
Somebody
request that my
marketed
gym
that.
get one of those.
I love that somebody saw that and were like, 'cause what if it was like designed for some processing industrial machine
Yeah,
or whatever
it's not-
component, and then they were like, hey, by the way, I think we could market
Hey, this is
thing.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Check this thing out. That's pretty neat.
The wobble bar.
Sure.
I wonder what it's called.
I don't
should
know.
look that up.
We'll look it up.
Somebody fact
If you
check.
know what it is, if you have one, just send it our way. Go to Roman and
Just
Cameron,
mail it
one
to-
word. Find our address. Mail it to Roman's address. I don't know his address. All right, number 4.
Don't say it on the
Number
podcast.
4, is it my turn?
I think it is.
All right, so number 4 for me is befriend an eccentric billionaire and or inventor.
Oh yeah.
Right along line with Roman stuff, then, huh?
Yeah, just right in there.
You don't want to be the eccentric billionaire
no.
or invent
No.
anything.
Nope.
You want to just have a friend
That
that
requires
does.
far too much work.
Yeah, bingo, right again. So I loved this idea that you could just be doing your thing and like some eccentric billionaire and or inventor would notice you, and you could befriend him and then go on an incredible adventure.
You'd reap the benefits of being
Right.
a billionaire.
You're literally
Yeah.
just talking about Pretty Woman. I'm pretty sure that's the plot of that
Is
movie.
that the plot of Pretty Woman?
Is
mean,
that movie?
Technically,
So let
the
me
plot
tell you
of Pretty Woman is
Big
that
mistake. Huge.
Yeah, I don't know if he's really a billionaire or an inventor. So I think that's sort of like just
He's
by
rich.
nature like misses.
it's
the
more
mark
the
there.
plot of
All right, hold
Scrooge
on.
McDuck.
All right, hold
All right,
on. I'm
so-
going to be honest with you guys. I've never seen Pretty Woman.
It's not.
But I
That's not
assumed
the plot.
that was the plot of it.
That helps me understand what you just said a lot. So my 2 biggest examples for this are Back to the Future and Atlantis. So let's just dive in real fast. On
Doc
Back to the
Brown.
Future. Doc Brown. He's an eccentric inventor. He's incredible. He's so zany, and he made a time machine.
Yes.
And Marty is like a good-for-nothing slacker, right?
Yep.
Who plays guitar super loud, which is pretty cool. But I mean, other than being able to skateboard real good and being charming, doesn't have like that much going for him.
So you identified with him.
Well, he could play guitar.
Yeah.
He
I'm
could
like,
play
I
guitar,
don't have a
though.
lot going for me, but if I could meet someone like Doc Brown, that's my ticket.
That's a
man.
great ticket.
He wasn't a billionaire though.
No, but he's. If you notice, the point is to befriend an eccentric billionaire and slash or inventor.
The slash
It's more about
or.
the adventure.
It's all about the adventure.
It's all
this
about
is
the
a pathway
adventure.
to an adventure. The other one is Atlantis. You got Milo Thatch. He's super into the concept of the lost city of Atlantis. He believes in it so much. He's given speeches to these like models of people in the basement of the Museum of Natural History or wherever he works, and nobody believes him. He's a laughingstock. And then he, guess what? Out of nowhere,
My
he
name is-
befriends
Yep.
an eccentric billionaire and goes on an incredible adventure, discovering and then saving.
Whoa. Spoiler alert. Go for it.
The movie came out in the year 2000.
And it would be very anticlimactic if a movie called Atlantis, they didn't actually go to Atlantis.
We're
Or the
approaching
perfect plot of a movie.
The 1/4 of a century mark.
That's crazy.
All I'm saying is,
It's just well past.
all I'm saying is,
spoiler
these
alerts.
days, I wouldn't put it past
got a whole
Hollywood
new
to be like
generation of people-
the movie Atlantis. What if they don't actually find it, and it was inside of them all along?
Oh my god!
The city of gold was their hearts.
It's in here.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's in
They're
here.
gonna reboot it.
Except for they won't find it.
Right.
That's a good, yeah.
Do you believe Atlantis exists? Do you think it was a
Jury-
place?
I believe
Jury's
some-
out on that.
I
one.
believe some form of Atlantis exists. I don't think it's like a city of. Maybe it's a city of gold.
I think it's probably been mythologized to a degree that is not realistic. But I also think there probably was some city that there's a real. Well, I mean, your friend Joe Rogan just had.
Good friend.
They're great.
He's just
Great
had
friend of
lunch
the
last
podcast.
week. Yeah, big friend of the podcast.
oh, the guy that has the show on Netflix. I watched one episode
well,
of that.
not that one. There's another one with
Oh.
another dude, and I'm being
These are all
so
general-
specific.
I love
general,
how everyone's going to be able to find
I
it
don't want
after
to
this.
date this at all. This timecast will be this podcast. Timecast? What? This timecast will be podless.
To
This
the
podcast will be
DeLorean.
timeless. We're going to go to JRE Clips real fast, which is the lazy
You're
man's-
doing exactly what I've described in the last podcast
Don't do
about
it.
you.
Don't do it.
That I said was
You're gonna show us a video. You get
I'm not
away
gonna
from
do
this.
it. Jimmy Corsetti's new evidence
Oh,
for
okay.
Atlantis theory. It's on JRE Clips, and it came out on Wednesday, which tells you nothing.
You guys want to just watch it real quick?
We're not
Just
going
put
to watch
on
it real quick. Wednesday, January 18th, 2023.
You've got plenty of mics to where it'd be possible to watch
It's
it.
pretty neat. Check it out if you're bored. But I
And
mean,
he thought it was a real thing.
yeah, he makes a pretty good case for it.
And this is a city that was like
There-
a Babylon type city that was just the mecca of
There were plenty.
technology and was buried by a flood, potentially.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
Yeah,
with
that's a
Atlantis
decent
is that
description.
it's an underwater place that's still functioning, right? That it's still like actively
Well, that's the like fantasy.
right. That's what I'm
of
saying.
it now.
Like,
But
do
the
I think
actual-
there? I mean, there is historical evidence that like there was a flood, like there was a great flood. Obviously, it's in the Bible as well, but like there was like historical evidence
What
of
was
a
that?
great
That
flood.
was a book?
The Bible,
okay.
yes, the sacred scripture.
Holy
But there were cities that were like completely submerged in water and just
Definitely.
Yeah.
All of them, really.
Submerged
Yeah.
in lots of things. Pompeii,
But-
right?
yeah.
Man, never been.
Man.
Is it nice?
Too soon.
Sounds lovely this time of year.
Too soon.
All right, let's move on.
Next,
moving on.
Somehow we're still on number 4.
All right, we're gonna
This
we can
one's
zoom.
This one's a pretty quick one. I wanted to be a published poet.
That's
You
This-
are kind of.
I am now. So like bucket list. Like if you count like children's books, then
Does
that,
published mean
So, like,
somebody published you or you
I wanted my
self-published?
work to be out there. And so little context for this. Now this was like less childhood and like I was in high school, maybe like 16, maybe 15, 16 at the time. And I was obviously in English class. You had to write poetry at a certain point, which who knows why, but we did it anyway.
It's explore the space.
I would sign all of my poems under a pseudonym.
Oh no.
And that pseudonym was
oh boy.
Sherlock Poems.
Oh gosh.
And this
Spelled
was a-
like
this was
poem?
a serious bucket
Yeah.
list item for you.
For
And
me, like, yeah, I really
Were
wanted
they
to.
funny poems?
So here was the thing. The thing for me was like, I think I can do that. I think that'd be really cool to actually be published one day. They were not funny poems at the time. I was
Very
probably
serious.
more brooding and serious. Did you get one?
No.
So
I was just waking it up.
Okay.
So they're more about mortality and
whatever the
existence,
whatever the
existential.
assignment was in said English class. That was what it was about. And like I was like, I think I could really do something with this. Turns out I was right. I actually can do something with it. It's just much. Thank you. But like, yeah, it was just much different. But that was like a bucket list for me until, and this is where it kind of tapered off. You guys probably remember, like they did like this this English assignment, and they were like, there's like this book that goes out every year, and like it's a new one every year where they like publish high school students' poems and
Yeah, I
poetry.
remember that.
And when I realized, oh,
You clammed up.
it's so easy to do that, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
you didn't even submit.
Nope.
You don't want the low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
I think here's what
So
I think
everyone
happened.
that
I think
did,
you were afraid
you're
of
a
failure.
poser.
I think you were
All
afraid
of y'all.
I think you were afraid of failure.
I don't think that's the case because I knew I could most likely get published in that. Like it didn't seem very difficult.
You wanted to go the distance.
because I was good. I was good at it, and you know, obviously, my view of poetry was very rudimentary. You had to rhyme, or it wasn't poetry, and I still think that's the case.
You
But
still think that's the case? What would you say about the Book of Psalms?
beautiful.
Not poetry?
I think it's not American poetry,
about
which is what I would say.
You have such strong feelings. Nobody agrees with that.
I know nobody agrees with it, but like
Why
if
does
I'm
it have to rhyme?
if I'm because it's a poem, and when you're a kid, a poem rhymes.
when you're a kid, but
Yeah.
I mean the accepted
Your
consensus.
poems are relegated to limericks.
Yes.
Okay, so you're thinking
I'm
about
talking
limerick.
limericks.
Okay, I mean
That's
the
all
rules
I
of a
ever,
limerick.
Yes, and that's all I
Published
ever
limerick
wanted to do.
but
But
now
also, when you get into like all these really long, epic poetry things that don't rhyme,
Sure.
that
Like
sounds terrible to
the
me.
At
Iliad.
me with a spoon.
It's just super moody
The
and
Iliad?
like the Iliad,
Shakespeare?
Yarr.
gross.
Gummit.
How do you feel about Shakespeare?
He rhymed.
Not, did he always
Sometimes.
No, not
rhyme?
always.
Not always.
always.
Rhyme.
Not always. The one,
Always.
but he had some really good like rhyming. Poems.
So you only think his rhyming plays
Shakespeare's
are
verses go hard.
Yo, bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, y'all. Fire's burning, cauldron bubble. What?
I love how you just get so hard stanced about.
I just don't like
a
other
definition.
types of poetry.
It doesn't mean that that's not the definition. I mean, it's just
Right.
you don't like it.
Yeah, of course.
I only like Cajun food.
What I was saying,
Cajun food's the only food.
Only
Yes,
the
but
only real food there is.
but what I'm saying is, to me, it's not poetry. I understand what everyone thinks about poetry. No thanks. I don't want that poetry.
You're just not interested.
Not my poetry.
Man,
is
I
what I would
respect your
say.
right to be wrong.
Yeah, exactly. This is America.
That's right.
Why can I not
gosh.
get the right sound cue?
It's the
Okay.
universe stopping you.
Moving
Number three.
on.
Number three.
Number three.
Numero 3. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so this goes back to lavish living for me, and it was have a butler.
Named.
No, this is all that the butler would do. Okay,
Yep.
his whole job, full time,
Whole thing.
is to take grapefruits and cut them up, de-pulp, de-rind them for me to eat.
I'm sorry, depulp? Isn't that where the juice is?
Or you know how it's hard to eat a grapefruit?
Just separate it from the rind, I think is what he's saying.
Oh, I thought
you know
I
what?
thought he was literally saying take out the pulp
Yeah.
from
Okay.
a grapefruit.
Yeah.
You want,
So, club
you want
sandwich.
juice. You want someone to
No,
go get
No,
your juice.
I don't want juice. I want grapefruit without the struggle of having to cut it open. So you have to cut it in half, and you have to use your knife. If you really want to have a good grapefruit experience, you have to get it out of the skin.
And dump some sugar on it, am I right?
Amen.
Come on.
Amen.
It tastes like an orange's butthole.
Okay, so my whole thought was like I love grapefruit, and I do still,
I
but
don't.
it's so much work
Hate it.
to get to the meat of the grapefruit.
Grapefruit's not even fruit.
What do you mean it's not
Yeah, it's
fruit?
poison. It's a
It's like a
small
poem has to rhyme.
ball
Yeah,
of bitter
that's what I'm
poison.
standing on. That was the joke I was making.
I loved it so much that I think, someday it'd be great to just have a butler. Their whole job is to just cut me grapefruit all day.
What
now
a
I realize
horribly
that
named
sounds
fruit, by the way.
You would
Very
have
inhumane.
You would
Keep
have
going.
so many like mouth sores from how much
It would be way too much.
grapefruit-
so acidic.
But you're right. It's a terribly named fruit. There's already grapes.
There's already grapes. They're already a fruit. Grapefruits taste
Much-
nothing like a fruit. They're
also
way more related to
much
oranges.
different size.
Yeah,
They should
are
be
way
called.
bigger.
They should be called like pinkish oranges.
worse orange.
Bad orange.
Bad orange.
Pinkish yellowish or pinkish yellowish.
Yeah, seriously. All
Instead
the
of
fruits
just
that are
no.
named after colors are awful. Like, not saying that.
You don't like oranges?
No.
Hot take.
I dig that. I'm saying the name is lazy. Blueberries? Seriously? Like
That's true.
Berries that are blue.
on.
They're not even blue. They're more purple.
They're not even blue.
They're blue.
They're sort of blue sometimes.
Guys, they're blue.
Sometimes you cut them open and they're gray.
I mean, the inside.
Like a brain.
yeah, oh, gosh.
I had blueberries this morning.
Brain
in my
berries.
You
pancakes.
love eating human brains.
Yeah, so that was my number 4
I
or
love it.
3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Three.
Yep.
Have
Yeah.
a butler that just cuts me grapefruit.
That's pretty good.
That's
I
fair.
Like that.
That's fair.
I mean, it would. I think it'd realistically only be like a 30-minute a day job.
Sure.
So it's actually probably very realistic that you could have someone that
hire
does
someone-
that.
Seriously, part time.
Just
On, like,
hire-
air gigs. To come and be
me
your
I
some
mean,
grapefruit butler.
I've got a kid here in this neighborhood that he mows my lawn for pretty cheap.
might be
And
interested in
Yeah.
getting into
Maybe
the
he would
grapefruit
just
game.
cut your grapefruit while he's at it.
Hey man, you want to trade up?
Yeah,
You come cut some grapefruit.
It's a daily
instead of
thing.
Cutting a lawn.
$20 a day.
You should be here
One
at
grapefruit.
9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 7 p.m.
Eating so many grapefruits.
I need 3 a day.
I've heard it's very good.
3
To,
square circles a
GPs
day.
That's right.
I've heard it's good to eat one a day. I heard that from a movie once.
Yeah.
That's an apple.
It's probably good for your body, but it's bad for your soul.
I love grapefruits. I stand by it.
I also don't think it's good for your body.
It probably it's
So acidic.
Vitamin C.
I guess that's true.
There's a certain level of it that is needed, and past that, it's not like doing you any good.
Just take supplements.
Like one day, I drank 2 emergencies, and
Oh,
then
man.
I read the box, and
I-
it was like, "Don't do that."
Don't.
It's like your heart could burst.
It's already
always-
like 5 times the
Yeah.
dose required. So I
Just-
I was just like vitamin C bombing my system.
I wish there was like not an
No
emergency.
benefit.
Like it's called not an emergency,
Not an emergency.
because it's just like a normal daily dose.
Urgency.
Urgency.
Semi-urgency.
Somewhat urgency.
No
yeah.
urgency.
Not quite have the snappy
I will
marketing.
say,
know.
I always feel worse when I take emergency. I don't know what it is.
I love the way they
like,
taste. So
I feel bad
it's
after
really
I
just
take
an
I
it.
usually feel like
experiential thing for me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing a nice preventative measure.
Yeah, I feel good about myself, but I know it's probably not doing that much.
Yeah, I suppose I'm already like starting to feel sick once I take it.
Yeah,
Yes.
you
That's
kind
why-
of you kind of already have
It
passed the
was
point
an
of no return.
emergency.
If you're pulling out the emergency, you're probably already done for.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
So I'm gonna hit y'all with my number 3. It's become an astronaut.
Ooh.
And like my earlier
Yes, NASCAR.
point, I did not at all in any way, shape, or form understand the insane qualifications required.
Yeah.
You have to, like, there's really 2 ways to become an astronaut. You can do 1 or 2 combat tours as an Air Force pilot,
Okay.
or you can have a PhD and probably, actually, if we're being honest, 2 PhDs, and then you're in the running. So,
So you need to be a smart brain or a war hero.
yeah, basically.
Or both.
So,
Couldn't hurt your chances.
Yeah.
yeah, you go do both. Like Johnny Kim, who, if you ever want to feel bad about yourself as a human, just look up his, like, I don't know what his resume.
His
He's
list
done
of accomplishments.
multiple combat tours, speaks like 5 languages fluently, and I don't know, has some really advanced math degree as well.
You probably met him.
Yeah, I did. I shook his hand and I put a microphone inside of his astronaut suit. It was pretty cool.
That is really
That was
awesome.
It was real cool. He was real. He was real chill about it.
Dangerous.
No, he's a really he's a cool dude. I did actually film with Johnny Kim
of NASA.
of NASA fame.
That's right.
And for real, like just reading about his life, because he's only like 4 or 5 years older than me,
What?
is like, how have you done all of this? Like the list of his accomplishments is like, I don't know, like exponentially greater than
Most
mine.
people don't do one of those in their lifetime.
That's my point.
He was fighting
Yes.
enemies while we were playing Pokemon, probably.
That's exactly right.
I wanted to be a master.
I was like building my own computer to be better at World of Warcraft.
And he's
Wasn't
taking
it a
down
great
Nazis
game, though?
And yes, exactly.
way
Some-
past the time when Nazis were a problem.
Somebody just told me this joke.
That's going to come up later.
Somebody told me this joke, and I thought it was pretty funny. They said, "Say what you will about Hitler, but he is the only one who killed Hitler."
Oh, hey.
That's true. That's
That's-
good.
And I was just like,
It's like the,
"Don't ever start a sentence with "say what you will about Hitler."
Yeah, no, it's really
That's
dangerous.
Kanye West territory right there.
It's real Kanye West. I don't like Nazis. That's my best Alex Jones.
Was that your Alex Jones
Yeah.
impression? That was pretty good.
My turn.
They've got frogs growing arms out of their heads. All right, I'm done.
Oh man. Sorry, I'm back. My number 3.
Let's
I
hear it.
wanted to collect all of the Beanie Babies.
Oh, man.
You remember
Princess
the craze?
Diana?
Oh.
The Princess Diana Beanie Baby.
Do you remember this
Dude.
craze?
Oh, I remember it.
Oh,
They were going to
man.
be worth a mint.
How can you forget?
I would
They
love.
were going to be worth millions.
I was a stuffed animal fanatic.
Man,
I
people were like,
loved all
this
them
is the
stuffed
new
animals.
gold bullion.
Yeah.
You know, you would think
Sell
that
your
they
silver.
would, at this time, by now, they would have come back around and been really valuable, like Pokemon cards and basketball cards, but no. They're just not.
You could pick up a whole collection on eBay for just a pretty
Pennies
penny.
on the
Yeah.
dollar.
Yeah, no.
I had just
pick
a-
up absolute
yeah.
chips.
You remember how like you had those tag guards that
Yeah,
you
you
would
put
buy
the tag guard on it.
so that
bro,
the
yeah.
TY didn't get
You don't want to lose that
yeah.
tag.
You
That's
don't
what
wanna
the
use that.
value is.
It had like the info about said Beanie Baby. Whenever
Did
we
you have
were
a favorite?
young, I actually.
Never had one.
I've actually never actually seen one.
I like that Y2K Beanie Baby.
oddly
I had
enough.
that one.
I don't know if I would say I had a favorite. I seem to remember like a green bear that I had.
That sounds familiar. Mine was
was-
Princess Diana, obviously. I mean,
Yeah, that Diana
I think it was a
bear
purple bear.
tight.
You just,
Yeah, that bear was
just go for the peak. One that was very memorable to me. There was whenever we were younger. going back and forth to Springfield and whatnot, because that's where Dad lived. We went to the Dixie Stampede.
Oh,
in
I love
Branson.
it.
You remember
Dolly
that?
Parton's Dixie Stampede.
Oh, Kylie, little sister.
Yep.
Saw this. I think it was like a dragon. It was like a shiny dragon Beanie Baby. Really wanted it.
Yeah.
Asked Kelly or Dad, I don't know who, if she could have it, and they were like, no. She just kind of held on to it.
Right.
And then we got in the car.
Ooh.
Nobody had paid for it.
That's right.
Kylie had yoinked it.
She
stole it
Got
right
that
from the
$5
Stampede.
ripped it off.
discount.
We ended up going back. We ended up going back and paying for
On
it.
principle.
On principle.
You couldn't
respect that.
you couldn't just wire
Back
money
in
back
my
then.
day, you can't just steal something and be like, whoops.
Yeah.
I suppose
What happened to this country?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
Oops. Oh man. But
I remember that, yeah.
You remember that day?
I remember. You probably still have the Beanie Baby somewhere. The stolen Beanie Baby.
Probably.
So wait, you wanted to collect them all, but you never really had any?
I had a lot. I had a lot of stuffed animals.
What'd you do with them?
I honestly don't remember.
Mom still probably has them.
Mom might have them.
She has everything.
So I had
still.
a friend growing up. I had one friend.
Hey, congratulations, man.
I finally get the right
I know which one it is now. But no, his name was JC Daggs. He was awesome. JC.
Shouts out to JC.
Yes, shout out to you, my friend. Haven't talked to him since like second grade, maybe. But his family collected all sorts of, like, everything that was like a collector's item. They did that. Like they had like his room. No, because it was more than me. Like they had like every Hot Wheels that had ever been made, just like lining the walls, like shelves on like every wall, just lining walls.
Those are probably worth the same amount of money now.
Yeah,
that
about
they were
25 cents per. He had like every Pokemon card, and again,
Is this kid flush with cash?
his parents
You're
seem
not
to be.
describing my parents' house.
Maybe. Wait a second. JC?
Justin Streck with a C?
It's a
JC?
soft C.
But no, he had like all sorts of these, and Beanie Babies were one of the things that he collected. And I was just like, I aspire.
You were probably
to
so
collect.
jealous.
Because I'm a collector at heart. I want to collect things, desperately want to collect
Yeah,
them.
if Beanie Babies were around today, you'd probably be in trouble because you'd have them all.
I'm sure they are still around
I mean,
today.
if they were, like,
well,
hot.
that's why I've never gotten into like the pop figurines. You know those things.
Right.
Like if I buy one, it's game over for me.
Right.
I'll never stop. And
Did
so
you
I
ever
just-
get into zany bands?
I did. I got really into zany bands. I was a camp counselor at Dragulch, USA.
How'd that investment work out for you?
My God.
They've quadrupled in value.
So I had a ton of them because the kids really liked them.
Totally.
And at one point, I traded a whole case of Dr. Peppers, like a 12-pack of Dr. Peppers, for this kid's zany band collection. So he came with a bunch of zany bands. And
you ripped off a kid?
And left empty. He got a 12.
He probably got the better deal.
He got the better.
Like
You
hindsight
took all the
2020.
kids' zany bands?
Dude, I had him like lining my arms.
My
all
little
right?
brother was into zany bands, and he's 8 years younger than you.
I was a camp counselor.
So was I.
Fair.
We were camp counselors at the same
Fair.
camp
Fair. At the same time.
at the same time.
I think I was in the workforce at that point.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
You were. I
I
think
never
that was
did the camp
2009,
Already
wasn't
had
it?
your soul beaten down.
I was already just a real square.
No time for zany bands.
Went to my office cubicle every day with my 3-piece suit.
Card.
That's good. We should probably move on.
Yep.
That's what I was waiting for.
That's good though. that was good.
What was your thing? Beanie Babies?
Beanie Babies?
Yeah.
Beanie Babies?
Beanie
Hey, if
Babies.
you name your favorite Beanie Baby in the comments. My number
us?
2.
No.
Again, on the same line of lavish living, I really wanted a blue Dodge Viper with white stripes on it. I just wanted to own one.
What a cool car.
Or
You didn't
to
want
buy
to
it.
drive it, just own it.
I thought it was the coolest car that had ever been produced by humanity.
You're not wrong.
And I realized that it's just a Dodge now. Like, it's like a Dodge. It's not like an exotic car.
You might be a little wrong on that.
I mean, it's just a Dodge, right?
I'm going to be honest with you. I completely spaced out when you started talking.
I'm
and
not
I
a
have no
car
idea
guy,
what
but
car
I'm
we're
pretty
talking
sure
about.
That they're like,
Really nice. Are they actually nice?
Stratospherically expensive.
Guys, somebody
really?
please
But
tell
why?
me which car
Why?
we're talking.
Because I think I think Dodge made a supercar, and if I'm wrong, then I would love to be excoriated by the internet. But
Oh my goodness.
But like the blue one with
I-
white stripes
I know the one
is
you're
what
talking
I
about.
wanted.
I
What-
mean,
what Dodge?
We can find this out. Really,
Childhood bucket
real
list.
easy, boys.
Can somebody please tell
Hey,
me
there's
the
no
car?
Googling on this podcast.
Is there really
Justin.
no
no,
Googling?
no
Is that
Googling.
one of the
That's one of the
It is
rules.
one of the rules. No
I will
Googling.
never do it again.
But for
on
real
the
though,
podcast.
what car?
The Dodge Viper.
A Dodge Viper.
Viper. Okay.
Yeah, blue Dodge Viper.
I
with white
legit
stripes.
completely spaced out when you started talking and just
It's great.
This has
flat
never
out-
happened
You
on the
flat out
pod.
lost me.
it
I'm
really
sorry.
never?
He's never spaced out like this.
I'm
Probably
not.
me.
Roman has spaced out on me several times.
thought
I
throwing
get talking about
throwing a
really
real wrench
stupid
into
stuff
things.
sometimes.
What was your guys' dream car?
A VW Bug.
DeLorean.
Okay, yeah.
Back to the
I
future.
I
Come
thought
on.
I thought the bugs like
Like the new ones?
no like the old ones.
Slug bug.
My man.
The ones that went down and then out and down.
Oh yeah. What about the Baja bugs with the engine on the outside? You know what I'm
I
talking
wasn't
about?
that into cars, Justin.
Was there a particular color?
Not really.
Just
I just thought they were really cool.
You don't see those anymore.
No.
Why?
'Cause they're
I
trash.
literally haven't seen an old slug bug in
They're
years.
so cool. You know,
Is it like a Mandela effect? Did they ever exist?
No, they existed. Andrew Dale had
super
one.
real.
Andrew, last
that
name
car was-
redacted, had one.
That car was awesome.
But it was also really broken down.
Do you remember Uncle Billy?
Of course.
Yes. I mean, obviously.
Say it like he's not around anymore. He's super around. But when I was very
My
young,
uncle by marriage.
he had a Baja bug on blocks. Say that 5 times fast. In the backyard, a Baja bug on blocks in the backyard.
Give me the Baja bug on blocks in the backyard. Gotta try
go.
hard when I get them in the backyard.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Just went there.
You have
But
to try hard to get out of your
He was
backyard.
working on it for like a long time.
Never quite
in my
got it up and
grandparents'
running?
Backyard. No, I was on cinder blocks the whole time. But I remember coming out there and as
Just
a young
looking
boy
at it.
and sort of climbing all over it and being like, one day this thing will run. It'll be so cool.
Purrs like a dream.
He will give it to me as a present for my
Yeah.
16th birthday.
Didn't happen.
Where do you think it is now?
Dude, probably at the bottom of a lake or something.
Oh my God. Is Uncle Billy okay? I love that I've called him Uncle Billy for years.
Yeah,
not
he's
my
everyone's Uncle Billy.
He's
Everybody
everyone's
knows him as
uncle.
Uncle Billy, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Hey, shouts out to Uncle Billy on
Dude,
the pod.
Uncle Billy's the best.
He is. Best uncle I've ever had.
He's a real one, man.
All right, on to the next.
On
two?
to the next.
All right. Survive the apocalypse.
Oh,
So
yeah.
far, so
Bucket
good.
list.
And let me tell you why. Because the apocalypse is the doorway to all kinds of dope stuff.
Dang.
And if that's not readily
Hold on.
apparent to
Say
you,
survive the apocalypse.
I'm going to survive the apocalypse. All right. Here's why. Here's why the apocalypse is dope. Okay?
For sound effects to work, you really should need a label them.
Really didn't know which
I
one
know,
they are.
I know.
If I'm just hitting random buttons, it gets
But,
really
okay, the
really
yellow
hard.
is like an explosion. The green is like soldiers, so USA. You know,
Hey,
wearing green
yeah.
camo. The blue is like if your face turns blue because you're getting seasick. It's vomit.
That's purple.
You've used a memory exercise.
Yeah, kind of like a memory palace. I don't know what that blue. Which one? That's sad trombone.
Sad like blue.
Yes,
You're feeling
sad
blue. This is
sick
purple.
Blue.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
sure,
Oh my God,
whatever,
give me your
whatever.
thing. Give me your thing.
Yeah, sorry.
It's Adpocalypse.
I'm just showing
Or
you.
Apocalypse.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a YouTube thing.
I know what it is.
This is an admittedly high bar, right? Like no one wants the apocalypse to happen, but if you make it, there's all kinds of cool stuff that can go on.
On the other side.
All right, exactly. So, for instance, you get to wear really cool long black trench coats while you're fighting against your machine overlords in the Matrix.
Fair.
Yep.
Right? You get with these really cool long boots with the buckles that go up really high, and then you get to ask your parents for it, the whole thing for your 12th birthday, and they wonder if you're a goth, but they don't know that you've just been watching the DVD on repeat in your bedroom.
So you're
over and
actually
over.
talking about the Matrix and not the apocalypse.
Well, I mean, the Matrix, the events in the Matrix directly follow an apocalypse, right? But then it doesn't stop with the Matrix.
fair.
We've
That's
got
fair.
the Terminator.
It actually
series.
doesn't even involve the Matrix.
You can drive around. Where else are you going to drive around in a Toyota Hilux with a laser cannon mounted in the truck bed?
Why would you pick?
Other than
Why would
the
you-
post-apocalypse scenario.
Why would you not
in
pick
the
Mad
Terminator?
Max for a vehicle?
Okay, Mad Max is really cool, but I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was a kid.
Me
right?
neither.
Hey,
But, like-
real quick on that point,
Yeah.
do you guys think ChatGPT, OpenAI, is basically
Hint.
Skynet?
Yeah.
Is it going
The
to turn?
beginnings?
Is it the beginning of Skynet?
That's tough to say.
Because I could see it.
calling me.
All right.
Can we take a quick pause on the pod or no?
Yeah,
Roman,
you can go.
hey,
Don't
you
take a call
go.
on me and Cameron
Roman and I will
going.
keep going.
But
This is never. This is the first on the podcast.
This is unprecedented. See you, Justin.
He'll be back. He'll
what's
be
your
back. My number 2.
Yeah, you're number 2.
This is Justin talking about us wrapping up.
We're wrapping up right now.
My number 2, I would say it's a pretty. I would say it's one that I could actually do. Is visit New Zealand.
Ooh,
That's been. It's one of those bucket list places.
Wait, that was when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, and
Like from Lord of the Rings?
no, from Rocket Power.
What?
So, yeah. So
Rocket
in
Power.
Rocket, yeah, it was that. But in Rocket Power, they went to New Zealand and were in this crazy all sports thing that didn't exist. I don't think.
Like a competition?
You had to be able to skateboard. You had to be able to ride a bike and
Right.
snowboard.
Dude,
all in one.
Rocket
It's like
Power.
an X Games triathlon.
Uncle Tito.
Dude, Uncle
Anyone?
Tito. Yeah, man. Raymundo?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
That kid with the dreadlocks was the coolest
He was
kid
the
there could possibly
coolest.
be.
They played hockey. They played every sport. They played every
I'm about to
other
go-
They
vehicle.
surfed.
I'm about to
They
go
surfed.
YouTube a Rocket
Crime?
Power. I know. They what?
He fought crime?
I'm sure
I'm not
there's.
sure how rollerblading helps you fight crime, but it does
It's
in that
crazy how much they did in that show, and to me, they
Yeah.
were the coolest thing.
Oh, man.
So
and
cool.
so when they went to New Zealand,
show. Yeah.
and I always wanted to try Vegemite because they talked about that in the
Vegemite,
show.
by the way. Shameless plug. Love Vegemite.
I heard it was terrible.
It's so good. Don't use very much of it, and it's great.
Okay.
If you lather it on like honey or jam or something like that, that is a great recipe for throwing up.
Okay.
What
But-
is it made of?
Just a little. It's like yeast or something.
Gosh.
It's just like yeast paste.
Yeast based.
But
Oh,
it's-
delicious yeast paste.
It really, truly, it just tastes like salty slime.
Okay.
You put a little salty slime on the English muffin. Put a little egg on there, a little hard-boiled egg on the English muffin. Got a little salty slime on there. Little salt, little pepper. You got yourself a stew going.
Yeah, I could see that, I suppose. But yeah, so anyway, so Rocket Power.
Sorry about
it was the no. That's what the podcast is all about.
Safe space.
But yeah, you're welcome.
Rabbit trail.
But yeah, I loved the show. I loved the movie, and when they went to New Zealand, in the cartoon, it looked so beautiful that I wanted to visit it. And then, growing up, I guess, like seeing Lord of the Rings and just that whole mess.
Yeah.
I was just like, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
They
He wants
captured that really well in the cartoon, I would say.
Is Lord of the Rings in New Zealand?
I think so.
That's where they shot it.
They shot it in New Zealand.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they got the Hobbit town built there.
You've never seen that giant? You've never seen that giant
I've watched
volcano?
that behind the scenes so many
You've
times.
never seen that giant volcano in New Zealand with the eye that's
Definitely. Mordor is a real place in New
You've never seen
Zealand.
Urukai running around the fields?
looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
I like the idea that Lord of the Rings is actually occurring in New Zealand. They didn't just shoot it there. It's the whole story's
Yeah,
there.
it's actually happening.
real.
There's like these teeny dudes that are throwing things into volcanoes at all times.
Living trees,
right.
walking around.
My number one.
Oh yeah, we're back to
This is something that I thought was going to happen at some point.
Yep.
It was going to happen in my mansion. I would have a room.
What is
that
with
is
you?
fully? All the floors are trampolines.
dude.
All the floors of this room are trampoline, wall to wall. No springs. The springs are under the walls.
Yeah.
You walk
You
into the
need
room.
springs.
Yeah.
You walk in the room and it's just trampoline on the floor.
Yeah, that seems like a great way for your house to collapse.
Walls padded.
Yeah,
Floor trampoline. Rim basketball dunkable.
you just want to slam
What
ball.
a fantastically unversatile room.
It would be a very custom
You could-
job.
I mean, have you ever laid on a trampoline? It's super comfortable.
Just what else are you gonna do in there?
Jump.
It's just for jumping.
Okay.
Have you ever
he
been on a
wants his-
trampoline?
But you want your whole house to be that.
No. Just one room in the house.
Oh, I thought
A
I thought
trampoline
you said
room.
your whole house.
No. Just
Well,
the trampoline room.
I just remember watching Slam Ball growing up and thinking like, this looks awesome. Like they've got the padded rim. Do you remember Slam Ball?
Oh
No.
yeah, it seemed like they probably stopped it because it was incredibly
Super dangerous.
So many people got injured.
Yeah. Well, you're like tackling people and just dunking on them.
Handball?
It's
like
basketball,
basketball
with trampolines. It was on
trampolines.
Spike TV.
That explains a lot. That whole little nugget right there is just like, okay, I can see why that
you
doesn't
know what it is.
exist anymore.
yeah. Well,
It was
Yeah,
like if you
and I
took
know
the
exactly.
dodgeball announcers from the movie Dodgeball
Yeah.
and put them on the sidelines announcing.
that's a great
basically
strategy,
awesome.
Cotton. Let's see if it pays off
Yeah,
for him.
but I think that would be really super amazing to have a trampoline room. How hard could it be to build? I mean, pretty easy.
Yeah.
I think it would be harder than you would
Actually, that
think.
sounds
I mean, just hire a
really
contractor, figure it
logistically
out.
complex.
Here's $100,000. Build me a trampoline
Okay,
room.
Well,
Now you're
obviously,
talking.
Roma, with endless money, everything's super
it's
easy
not
to
endless.
figure out.
It's $100,000. There's your budget.
Yeah. Again, for one room,
Build me a trampoline room.
a trampoline
That's
doesn't
expensive
cost
room.
that much.
It's an expensive room.
That's
I would.
fair.
Hey, contractor out there, give me a quote. What's it cost to put a trampoline room in a house?
Keep in mind,
Can you-
Roman
can
is
you give
very, very
please
rich.
It's probably going to be
Square
100,000
footage and ceiling.
You really
height,
think it'd be
because-
100,000 to do that?
minimum.
I guess you're
I
having
mean,
to.
I'm kind of with him. I don't think
I
it's just
I
a
guess
cheap
that's
endeavor.
that's not. I think you're having to retrofit it. You're gonna have to.
You have to put it up to code. You're gonna make sure it's
Yeah,
safe, so you don't
there
get sued
there
if
has to
people
be
go in there and
essentially.
jump.
You have to
Yeah.
dig below the house so that there is the trampoline.
Unless it's on the second floor.
That's fair. But
What
then
is
you got
this-
someone walking around like going to the bathroom on the first floor, and it's just like.
get kicked. What is the city of Tulsa's code on trampoline floors?
Indoor trampoline floors?
Yeah.
I have to give him a call. I don't
Yeah.
know.
What's the
Mayor
zoning
Bynum?
requirements on that?
If you're watching this,
Unprecedented.
he would know.
Justin,
Pretty great.
what's your number one?
Number one.
All right. So number one is become an archaeologist, and the reason is I came to understand that I was grossly misled on what being an archaeologist is, and I'll be totally transparent. I kind of conflated archaeologist and paleontologist in my mind as a child. There's two movie franchises that I feel lied to me. And those are Indiana Jones and Jurassic Park.
Right.
So in my mind, becoming an archaeologist was the path, was the gateway. This was how. All right, you want to fight Nazis? You want to discover priceless artifacts? You want to travel the world, meet really interesting people, and have a legion of fans that think you're an extremely important and intelligent person who also happens to be able to kick major butt. You need to become an archaeologist.
Right.
But really, an archaeologist probably more closely resembles the movie Holes with Shia LaBeouf.
You spend a lot of time, digging, looking at dirt samples, and cataloging the dirt
not
samples.
quite as sexy as they made it out to be.
Yeah.
Not nearly. And then, kind of same for paleontologists. But listen, the things that these men do, having the claimed profession of archaeologist / paleontologist, is remarkable. I mean, it takes them across the world, and they nearly bring down the Third Reich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think about Harrison Ford keeping the train rolling in his 80s?
Give up the ghost, my guy.
I'm here for it.
You're
not
here
like,
for it?
Not like die.
I'm like,
but give up the
hang
movie
it
ghost.
up. Hang it up, Harrison.
I don't know, man.
I think you need to stop. Who wants to go to the movies and see an 81-year-old?
That's like if
Count me
you
in.
do? You were there for that?
If I
Please
watch
take
one
my
more,
money.
if I see Rocky fight in one more movie,
We got to hang it up. It's time to reboot the franchise.
Big fan of Harrison Ford in the role of Indiana Jones, and I think they should retire the franchise with him, and I think that he should keep cranking him out till he can no longer speak.
he's pretty close.
It's not a far cry from it.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
What is this?
It's Kylo Ren about to kill Harrison Ford.
That's really good. That was a great rep.
I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Oh, man. We don't have
Sorry.
time for a Star Wars
I'm
rant
sorry.
from Justin.
I'm sorry.
All right, what's your number one,
My
Cameron?
number one, and this, as I thought back to being a kid, was the thing. This is the one that I really, really wanted more than anything else.
The big one.
It's the big one. And it was to win the Westminster Dog Show.
Really?
Showing a dog in the agility category.
From Best in Show?
From the actual thing.
Like the thing that plays on
From the
Thanksgiving?
movie Best in Show.
Is this the one that plays on Thanksgiving?
I don't remember. I was a kid whenever I actually watched it, but I loved the dog show, and I still love
You love
watching
cute
a good
things. You
dog
love
show.
cute things. We know
Beanie
this.
Babies,
Cute little dogs.
Pikachu.
You have 2 cute little dogs.
I have 2 cute little dogs. But I really want like the agility that they do, like going through those courses always seems so fun to me. Like to like run a dog through
Your
those
dog
through those
does
courses.
this.
Downright impressive.
and it's killing me, Roman. My wife gets to do this with one of our dogs.
Why don't you go with her?
And you're never there to
Because
see
I'm
it.
not the showman.
She's the showman.
She's the showman. This
the
is
showwoman.
her thing. I'm letting her have this one.
the showwoman.
The
She
showwoman.
doesn't. She has no idea how much it's eating you up inside.
Oh man, the angst that I feel towards her every time I look in her
I just want to
direction.
empower you to break the gender norm.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you can be the dog showman. Here.
I'm the dog, the
That's
big
right.
bad dog,
That's right.
the bounty hunter.
Big dog.
Wait, what?
That guy is so,
Well, I don't think
so
it's
cool.
I don't think it's too late for you to get into dog shows.
I think it
what
might
I'm
be a
trying to
little too
say.
late. It is. I mean, it's pretty expensive. You have to have like a purebred dog,
I'm not saying it's
completely bred,
Hey, Cameron, I'm not saying it wouldn't be hard.
made of. You make
100%.
bred things. Make me a
I'm not even going
purebred
to
dog.
acknowledge
Pumpernickel.
that pun. I'm going to give it the acknowledgement.
Pumpernickel.
I love that on the audio versions of the podcast, nobody's going to be knowing when those sound effects is going to be hit.
Yeah, and that's what's the worst is because we could be like saying something super exciting, and they don't know when it's coming.
All right, we have to pick one of these sound effects to end with. What should it be? The explosion? No. Okay, so we're gonna pick one to end with after we do our Two Brothers 5 Things at the end.
You're just going through picking them.
This is all the screams from GoldenEye 007.
Okay, we're gonna go hands in. Let's do this
Okay,
thing.
yeah.
Right.
Here we go. Ready?
Wait, hold on. Okay, yep. Here we go. What are we
All right.
doing? I still don't
Is
understand.
it? Are we done?
We're done. We're doing a hands in.
That's probably a good call. It's much. This one went
We're
a
doing
little
hands
long.
in. We say brothers on 3, and then after we do it, hit a sound effect to end it.
Okay.
All right, brothers on 3. Here we go. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3, brothers.
USA.
USA.
Yeah, I threw another one in the mix right at the end there.
USA.